Due to the network nature of school board offices, the breach of private digital data at the administrative level may be more common than that of physical documents. These breaches are often much more serious and difficult to contain. Two common examples of this kind of breach come in the form of mistakes made while sending emails. At some point, most people have accidentally hit the Reply All button on their email, unintentionally sending out information to the wrong recipients. Others may have mistakenly sent a private attachment to a number of people. While under most circumstances, nothing results from this other than confusion, sometimes the result can be much more severe. In 2009, a Manchester University teacher accidentally emailed 500 students the private records of over 1,500 other students and employees. This required the university to supply identity protection to many students in the school at a great cost. And unlike a misplaced physical document, you can never secure that information again. It is now in the public domain. Web-based email, such as Hotmail, Yahoo Mail, and Gmail, are generally secure. However, it is important to remember that emails stored on these servers are not controlled by school boards. And most of the time the data is stored in countries around the world that have varying privacy laws. As well, employees for these companies can sometimes have access to these accounts. The most public example of this was in 2008, when the phone records of President Barack Obama were accessed by an employee who worked for his cell phone company. It is with these issues in mind that staff should avoid using web-based email for work-related correspondence. As well, administrators should be aware that these same email privacy concerns also relate to the storage of data on servers and websites, and these issues should be discussed with their IT departments. While document shredding is often discussed, the destruction of digital data often gets overlooked. Old computer hard drives, disks, and USB drives need just as much attention to proper disposal as paper documents. Destroying old disks like CDs or DVDs is very simple. Use scissors to cut the disk into pieces to make it permanently unreadable. However, dealing with hard drives or USB drives is more difficult. Simply deleting files or emptying the recycle bin is not enough. Anyone with a little skill can use an undelete program and recover many deleted files. The most reliable way to erase old drives before being donated or disposed of is to format them. Administrators should work with their IT departments in order to make sure that old digital storage devices are permanently erased before leaving school board property. The proper use of school board computers on and off school property is a key issue. All computers, especially laptops, must be password protected at the BIOS level. If a laptop is stolen, a password will protect the data from the average thief and force them to erase files in order to use the computer. Also, staff should never install programs that are not authorized on board computers, especially file sharing programs like Kazaa or LimeWire. Many of these programs contain spyware or malicious programs that create large security openings that allow people from around the world access to files. In 2008, a health worker in Newfoundland installed a file-sharing program on a work laptop, exposing the financial data of hundreds of employees. If staff need to use their personal home computer for board work, then steps must be taken to ensure that other family members do not have access to the data. Users should always log out of board email or other board applications before leaving their computer, and documents should either be password protected or stored on removable USB drives that stay with the staff member. Under no circumstance should an employee allow family or friends the use of school board computers. Probably the most important aspect of digital data protection is the privacy and security of passwords. It is not uncommon to find a post-it note stuck to a computer screen or in a planner that contains passwords. Other times, it might be in a file named passwords. While these may be convenient, they are also easy targets and are the root of many serious privacy breaches. The need for staff to use secure passwords is paramount. Weak passwords are by far the most common reason for computer data breaches. According to Wired magazine, the most popular password is Password 1. It used to just be password. 1234556 and QWERTY round out the top three. A recent study showed that using the 1,000 most popular passwords followed by a popular suffix like 1, 123, or ABC cracked 24% of passwords on the internet. Other studies have shown that many passwords are nothing more than names of family members, pets, or of the user. Regardless of how unique users may believe a name to be, it is not, and can be hacked as easily as opening a phone book. In order to design a secure password, it is essential to avoid using dictionary words or obvious strings of numbers. It needs to be as random as possible, using a combination of letters and numbers, using a mixture of lower and uppercase as well. It should also be at least 8 characters long. For example, Mustang 1 is a very insecure password. However, Mustang 532 with a capital S and T is much more secure. Another way to make a memorable password is to create an acronym only the user knows. For example, I have 2 dogs called Rover and Fido would become IH2DCRAF. This would be considered an almost unbreakable password. Many simple steps can be taken to limit the possibility of private digital data breaches.